Once upon a time, in a peaceful small house, lived a farmer with his three sons, Tom, Eldon, and Larry. They were very close and cared for one another. The oldest brother, Tom, loved cooking. He enjoyed milling flour, shaping, and baking cakes. The second brother, Alden, loved metal, jewelry, and accessories. He could spend hours with them. And the youngest brother, Larry, was passionate about carpentry and wood carving. He could sit and stare at his wooden statues all day long. The farmer worriedly looked at his sons. He came to them and said,
My dear sons, now I am old, but I am still worried about the three of you. You have grown up, but haven't had a stable job, and none wanted to do mine. So now you can go anywhere to learn and find yourselves a career that you like best.
Yes, Father.
The brothers said goodbye to their father and started a journey to find their favorite jobs. After one day, they felt hungry and tired, so they went to an inn on the side of the road. The innkeeper looked a bit devious. He quickly walked out to greet the three brothers.
Hello, three gentlemen. Please come inside.
Hello, we'd like to order your most delicious dishes.
A delicious meal with many dishes was quickly served. The three of them ate and drank happily. While eating, they're also discussing where to find their job training.
Brothers, each of us wants to pursue a different career. We should think about where are the best places to train. I think we all should go to a big and busy town where all the jobs we love are available. We will do the training there so we can stay in touch. It's for the best.
Yes, I agree, but I wonder where to find that place. Listen, boys, there's a large and busy town which isn't far from here. There's had all kinds of job opportunities. You will surely find a suitable job for yourselves. If you want, I'll show you the way.
That would be awesome. Thank you very much, sir.
The innkeeper showed them the way and invited them to stop by his inn on their way back home. The brothers agreed and said goodbye to him. Then they followed his directions and finally they arrived at the town. They encouraged each other to learn quickly and return home to their father. They agreed to keep in touch, then split up to find the best places to learn a job. Each of them went in a different direction. The oldest brother, Tom, went to a big bakery. The second brother, Alden, went to a jewelry shop to learn jewelry making. Larry, the youngest brother, went to a large wood workshop specializing in wood carvings. A year quickly passed by. Tom finally knew how to bake delicious cakes. The chef in the bakery was very pleased with Tom's skill and progress. One day, he called Tom in and said,
Hey, Tom, for 1 year, you have shown me your talent and determination to pursue this career. Before parting, I would love to give you a gift.
The chef then handed him a neatly folded tablecloth.
Oh, it's a tablecloth. But sir, I think I can find it everywhere. It's not an ordinary tablecloth. You put it on the table, then say, Tablecloth, please prepare the food now. Then you will see its miracle.
Tom picked up the tablecloth and did what he was told.
Tablecloth, please prepare the food now.
Immediately, a table full of pastries and delicious food appeared. Tom was very surprised and amused by the magic tablecloth. Tom thanked his teacher and said goodbye. He happily took his luggage and the tablecloth and started to go home. In the evening, he arrived at the inn where the three brothers had stopped by the year before. The innkeeper greeted him. He immediately realized Tom was one of the three brothers who went there before.
Welcome to my inn. Oh, you are one of the three brothers who came here a year ago, right?
That's right. You have such a good memory. I would like to have a great meal and a room to stay for the night.
The innkeeper realized that Tom had just learned something. He pretended to say,
Too bad. We have available rooms, but my inn just run out of food to cook.
It's okay. You just let me stay here for one night, and I will invite you to a nice feast.
Then Tom spread his magic tablecloth on an empty table in the house. The innkeeper was surprised at Tom's strange action. After that, Tom chanted the spell.
Tablecloth, please prepare the food now.
A fancy feast with freshly baked pies and the most mouth-watering dishes in the world appeared on the table. The innkeeper was very surprised. He greedily stared at Tom's magic tablecloth.
If I have this tablecloth, we won't need to cook anymore, and my inn will soon be prosperous. I must think of a way to steal it.
After dinner, Tom went to his room to rest. He put the cloth on the table, then laid down on a bed. Once Tom was sound asleep, the cunning innkeeper crept into his room and replaced the magic tablecloth with a similar-looking one. Tom woke up the next day, not knowing what had happened. He took the fake tablecloth and departed to return home. After a long journey, Tom arrived home. The father felt happy as his eldest son was successful and returned home.
Father, I'm home now.
Very good, son. One last year, where have you been? What have you learned?
Father, I've become a flour miller and a baker. When I finished training, my teacher gave me a magical gift. Tablecloth, please prepare the food.
However, the tablecloth stayed still and nothing happened.
How? How could it be? It is really a magic tablecloth.
This is no magic tablecloth, son. Well, it's good now that you're back. You can work as a cook assistant. It's enough for a living.
Tom was very sad. He didn't understand why his magic tablecloth was no longer effective. About Alden, he also worked very hard at the jewelry shop. The jeweler called Alden in and said,
Alden, for 1 year, you have shown me your dedication in jewelry work. Now I must say you are well trained now. Before parting, I would like to give you a gift.
The jeweler then took out an anvil and a hammer.
They aren't normal hammer and anvil. You smash the hammer against the anvil. Say the spell. Anvil, please give me gold now. Then you will see their magic.
Alden gently tapped the hammer against the anvil.
Anvil, please give me the gold now.
As soon as he finished the spell, many gold coins splashed around from the anvil, creating funny sounds. Alden was very surprised and amused by the magic hammer and anvil. Alden said goodbye to his teacher and set out to return home. Just like Tom, Alden went to the inn when it was already dark. The innkeeper waited for Alden to fall asleep. He swapped the magic hammer and anvil with a similar pair. The next morning, Alden woke up and had no idea what had happened the night before. He took the fake anvil and hammer, departed the inn, and went home. After a long journey, Alden finally returned home. His father and brother Tom were happy when Alden succeeded and returned. Alden tapped the anvil with the hammer and said,
Anvil, please give me the gold now.
Nothing magical happened. There were nothing but the sounds of any ordinary hammer and anvil.
What is happening? These are magical tools.
There's no magical hammer or anvil. Well, it's good now that you're back. Go work as a jeweler assistant. It's enough for a living.
Tom realized his younger brother was facing the same situation. He sympathized and talked to Alden.
I also lost my magic tablecloth, but it's clearly still effective when I was in the inn. Same for me. That is strange. Maybe they were replacing the innkeeper while we were sleeping.
Tom and Alden quickly wrote a letter to the youngest brother Larry, telling him to be careful on the way back, especially when resting in the inn. Larry was trained longer than his brothers. He received their letter and thought carefully. Soon after, Larry was also called in by his teacher.
Larry, for the past year, you've been very hardworking. Now your skills are as good as mine. I have to say, you are well trained now. Before parting, I would like to give you a gift.
The carpenter brought out a beautiful carved wooden stick.
It's not just any wooden stick. Whenever you meet a bad person, you can say this spell. Hey stick, give him a lesson. The stick will follow him and beat him until you say, Hey stick, that's enough.
Oh, that is just the treasure I need. Thank you very much, sir.
Larry excitedly thanked his teacher and said goodbye. He happily carried his luggage with the magic stick on his way home. Like the two brothers, Larry also reached the inn in the evening. He hid the wooden stick in a big bag and brought it into the inn. The cunning innkeeper immediately recognized the youngest of the three brothers. While eating, Larry pretended to be drunk. He intentionally bragged about his magic stick.
You know what? There are many precious treasures, but there's nothing as valuable as this bag. Wow, this fool is as rich as his brothers. There are probably many precious gems and diamonds in his bag. I have to find a way to steal that bag.
After dinner, Larry also went to his room to rest. He put the bag on the table, then laid down and pretended to be asleep. The cunning innkeeper crept into the room. He saw the precious bag on the table and quickly approached it. Then Larry sat up and shouted,
Hey, stick! Give him a lesson!
Immediately, the stick jumped out of the bag, which startled the innkeeper. It followed and beat him nonstop. The innkeeper held his head and ran around, but the stick did not spare him. When he finally had enough, he fell onto the ground and begged Larry.
It hurts. Please forgive me, sir. I am sorry. If you don't return my brother's magic tablecloth, hammer, and anvil, my stick will keep coming at you and beat you up. Please, sir. I promise to return everything. Please tell this evil stick to stop right now. I can't stand it anymore. Hey, stick, that's enough. Back to the bag.
The stick stopped immediately. It flew up and went back into the bag on the table. Larry got back the anvil, hammer, and the magic tablecloth for his brothers. Then he left the greedy innkeeper rolling on the ground. Finally, Larry arrived home. His father and brothers were happy when Larry returned.
Father, I've become a skilled carpenter. After training, my teacher gave me a gift, which is this magic stick. My son, what kind of treasure might a wooden stick be? Father, I have regained my brother's magic tablecloth, hammer, and anvil thanks to this stick.
Tom and Alden immediately recognized their gifts. They were extremely happy and thanked their youngest brother, Larry.
Oh, there they are. That's great. Thank you, brother.
To celebrate their success, the father and three brothers had a great dinner together. They became wealthy and lived happily together.